is the Hillsong Creative Podcast, where we hear from creative experts, influencers, dreamers, and doers, what they've learned and what we can learn from their journey as we explore, respond, and create.
Hey, well, welcome to the Hillsong Creative Podcast. I'm Rich Langton, and today we've got a pretty special...
That was fantastic.
Thank you. We've got a pretty special
You have a good
thing.
Radio voice.
You know...
Can't help it, can you?
I do my
Natural
best,
talent.
I do my
I'm
best.
Cass Langton.
Welcome.
Yeah.
And I'm Autumn.
Yeah, and this is like a kind of a live, it's a bit of a different episode.
Yeah, we're so excited to be here.
Do you know why we're here?
Yeah, because this week is the Worship and Creative Conference, and Auts and I have been working on this conference for 12 months.
And it's finally here. This is the week today. Well, not today. It starts Wednesday.
Yeah, it does.
This is released on a Monday.
But it feels like Christmas Eve almost, doesn't it?
It kind of does, hey?
Christmas Eve, guys.
Imagine some of our listeners are probably on planes heading our way. They're probably, they may be packing. That some of them will be driving from all over Australia. It's like it's happening.
Yes, it is. And people can also join us online if they're not coming in the room, which is really exciting. So we have created an incredible online experience. Hopefully, if you're in America listening to this, or if you're in Buenos Aires or wherever you are, and you can't make it to Sydney, Australia, we don't want you to miss out on a moment and actually believe that God will meet with you where you're at. Like last year, we had incredible testimonies from South Africa and from Europe and all sorts of places where people were joining us online. And so we will be giving shout outs and looking for you and hoping that you feel like you're almost in the room with us. And those sessions will be live streamed, but then you can also watch them for up to a month after the event.
Right.
So if you're sleeping when we're awake partying, you can join us when you wake up.
Awesome. So it starts on Wednesday night.
Yes,
I guess
it does.
when this podcast is released, people still have time to travel to Australia. And if you can't, there's no way, then the online experience is going to be pretty special as well.
Which I think they can sign up at hillsong.com/WCC online.
That's right.
All right. So just for, so we know, when people arrive, they'll come to the Hills campus here in Sydney. What can they expect?
Okay, so this year, worship conference is called The Ascent.
Right.
And we are endeavouring to actually meet with God, like properly, radically, and uniquely.
Yeah.
I feel like in the Old Testament, it talks about these Psalms of Ascent. There's these 15 Psalms, and they sang them on their way to the festival in Jerusalem. And as they sang them, they started to get this expectation because they were going to meet with God and to worship and sacrifice. And I feel like we kind of went, wouldn't it be cool if the Christian community kind of got that same sense of going to a festival, going to meet with God, getting excited, ascending to where he is. So you can expect that you're going to run into a team that has been singing those Psalms for the last 15 weeks, that we have been preparing and praying and believing God to meet with us, and that you are about to encounter some type of life-changing radical environment. Now, apart from that, Auts has been working with all of our artists and creatives and communicators do some pretty fun stuff on the property.
Look, we have so much planned. The goal is that not one person would be bored for 1 second of their encounter. If you are bored, come and find us and we will point you in 100 different directions. Speaking of 100, we have 103 collab training sessions.
Wow.
Those collab training sessions are from small to large groups of people that you can, it's kind of hands-on training. We've got a new initiative that we have key leadership forums this year, which I'm so excited about. Actually letting our delegates hear from some of the key leadership of church, like Donna Crouch, Robert Ferguson.
That's cool.
Lee Burns saying, we're going to have communion services. What else are we going to have?
We're going to have an art gallery with incredible things, a short film festival for the first time ever.
Midnight Massive.
Midnight Massive. But United are actually recording an album at this conference. And we've been singing some of the songs in church, and they're like old school United church songs, which is really, really fun and exciting. But Midnight Massive last year was such a highlight, and person after person after person talked about how they met with God. So I am expectant for that and really excited. We've got new fun sessions.
The sessions are amazing. So
should we tell a little bit?
Yeah. Do you want to
tell a little bit?
I don't know. I mean, there should be some surprises.
Oh, okay, yep, definitely.
Sneak peek, go on.
Well, we've got some new sessions. There's a new session called Welcome to My Studio.
Right.
I'm not going to tell you what it is, but it's going to blow your mind.
I think it's going to be so fun.
Yeah. So as you can hear, those of you who are listening, these ladies are pretty excited, and they represent our team, who is also super excited about the week. And we have been praying about it and really seeking God about it. And it's something, I guess we don't want to just have another week or just have another conference. So if people are heading towards conference and they want to prepare, what would you say they should do as they're on their way?
I say get out the Psalms. Read one of them. Like, I reckon Psalm 121, somewhere like that. Start there. Pray that God would actually open your eyes to see him.
Yeah.
Listen to some worship music. Get your heart ready. And maybe journal what you're hoping for God to speak to you about at conference.
Yeah, right.
So,
because you go to Psalm 121, that's like the second psalm in the Psalms of Ascent, right?
Right.
So they're 15 psalms from 120 to 134. They're the psalms that Israel would have sung and prayed as they went to Jerusalem, like you said. And so I guess, like you say, read the psalms and maybe even along the journey. Because I love the thought, Israel would apparently would stop and sing a song as they took a step. Apparently there's 15 or was 15 steps on the temple. So for every step, they would stop and sing a psalm. I love the thought. Maybe someone's driving from, I don't know, the northern part of Australia, or they're flying from...
They're going to stop at a petrol station and sing a psalm.
Right? Imagine that. Imagine every time you stop. Well, the reason I like that...
No, I'm in.
Thank you, Cass, for your support. The reason I like it...
Can you please, if you are at a petrol station right now listening to this singing a psalm, can you please direct message me at Cass Langton on Instagram? Because this will be my highlight of the day.
That would be my highlight too, because that would show that people are listening to me.
Right.
No, the reason I like it is because over the last 100 days, we've had the 100-day creative challenge, but alongside that, it's been 15 weeks of lead up, and I've really enjoyed stopping and reading just one psalm for a whole week, reading it repeatedly, and getting a sense of what it was that Israel were doing. They were preparing, they were slowing down, they were getting their hearts right, ready to meet with God for the festivals. And I think, like you say, when we draw near to God, he draws near to us. And those who... I'm thinking of all the scriptures where it says, essentially if you lean in to God, then he leans into us. So as we approach the conference with faith, I believe God will meet our faith with more than we could expect.
Yeah.
So practically speaking, there's an app. Auts, do you want to maybe mention about the app?
There's an amazing app. And one of the things that we're trying to do this year is actually push most of the information to the app. So if you want the latest info, it's probably not on the website. It'll be generalized on the website, but the most up-to-date info is on the app. You're going to actually, a new initiative from this year is, I actually think it's today, when they're going to hear the podcast, they're going to be able to sign up for 3 collabs.
Which is so cool.
Yeah, so you're going to be able, you won't have to wait in line, you can actually sign up, but there's a lot of really fun info. There's kind of seeing all the different session times and seeing the resource, and the app is one thing you don't want to miss out on.
If there was one thing to sum up what your expectation for the week is from you both, what would that be?
My hope would be that each and every one of us encounters Jesus and walks away inspired, challenged, and humbled by the presence of Jesus. That would be my goal.
I've been talking to our team recently about a thought that is, this could be the one. And there's this moment where the woman with the issue of blood reaches out and she touches Jesus' hem of his garment after 12 years of bleeding, and she's instantly healed. And I said to our team, imagine that this could be the one. This could be your one. And that's my hope, is that actually this conference, this is the one moment that you personally have been waiting for, where God meets you, he speaks to you, he heals you, he sets you free from something, he sets your heart on fire again, he gives you fresh vision for your creative team. That this worship conference, this could be the one. This could be the one where you encounter Jesus and everything's different when you go home. So that's my prayer. That's my expectation. I have no reason to believe that God couldn't meet with 6,000 people in a room individually and do something unique. And so that is my hope and that's my prayer.
Yeah, I love both of those. I'm pretty excited about the week.
Right.
And I'm excited about meeting lots of people. I've been receiving messages from listeners.
Oh, yes.
So if you're coming and you're a podcast listener, please come and say hi. I'd love to meet you guys. And I guess that ends this amazing, unique, different podcast episode. We will see you guys this week at conference or on the online experience. Also, this is the last episode of this season for the podcast.
Oh,
no.
I know.
That's disappointing.
We're going to take a short break for a couple of weeks. We've got amazing things planned coming up, and I can't wait for the new initiatives of the next seasons. Well, thanks, ladies, for coming and joining me on the unique episode.
Thanks for having us. It's been so fun.
Yes, so those of you who are listening, we'll see you this week.
Bye.
See you later.